Good evening. Good evening to you all. Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, District Latur, Maharashtra State, and Jaikranti College of Education, B.Ed Latur, have jointly organized this today's event, which is related to education. We have invited today Dr. Meenakshi Mehra Madam, who is founder director Paatshaala School, Vadodara, Gujarat. She have delivered so many speeches on this dais, so she is well familiar to us, and we welcome to you, ma'am, from all my organizing team, Jaikranti College of Education, and all the participants. Today we are also learning from her on the topic IEP, Individual Education Program. I welcome the Chief Organizer and Principal Dr. Pramod Tandale sir, who is Principal of Jaikranti College of Education, Latur. I also welcome Dr. S.K. Madam, who is IQC Coordinator and Convener of this conference from Jaikranti College of Education, Latur. I welcome all the participants and teachers, those who are joined here, and the students. We request today's resource person, Dr. Meenakshi Mehra Madam, to deliver the talk on individual educational program. Thank you, ma'am.
Are you able to hear me? Okay, great. Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, first of all. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share my views again on IP. And I'm glad that I'm coming back again to your platform to deliver the speech. I really appreciate this platform because this is the only platform where I can, we have a number of people from different countries, different states to showcase their own point of views to different topics that we have an own idea or our own perception on. So thank you so much, sir. And first, to all the participants, before I start with IEP today, this topic is not related to special education or something like that. This is the topic for if you are an educator, a parent of a child, this is really for you. So I hope you like this, and I want that interaction to be happening because it should not be one-way traffic going on from my end. I'm speaking and you're listening. So I do also have questions for you. So be prepared for that. So let's start. So, but here, before, what is an IEP? Do anybody knows what is an IEP? I have already mentioned this individual education program. How dumb am I? But still, do you have any knowledge of what is IEP and how it is worked with young children? Anyone? If yes, then please raise your hand or please comment in the comment box. See, we all need our children to have, a very productive life. We don't want our kids to sit and, sit idle and just learn, they should not have the monotonous life. And if we are parents of young children who are teenagers, this IP is definitely for you. The day I, get an opportunity to learn this from my mentor, what is IEP, I really wanted, was the day when I approached Betkar sir that can I have a webinar on this IEP, because that is that good. And in NEP also, this is nowadays which has been used by our Indian government. Earlier, it was not used because the system was not appropriate for that. Now, if because we all need, a happy, productive life for our children, and especially for the teenagers, we need to understand what is IP. So, like, what kind of education is good for our child? What kind of sport is good for our child? What kind of extracurricular activity is good for our children? That is how we can make by own. As a parent, I'm talking. As an educator, definitely yes, because you are, many of the educators are from university, maximum people are from university. So, this definitely works out for you. So, when it has started, it was started in New Jersey, the IP program, and it was the section of 506. You can please go through the newsletters which are already being, published by the New Jersey government. Then only it has come to the entire world and now to India also. But earlier in India, this was used only and only for special education. But now I'm glad that has been used for all type of education, including, the preschool, the middle school, the higher secondary school, the university. It goes. It doesn't have an end to it. It can be applicable for you and me also if I do need that. Then so we need to focus on that. And when it comes to the student success, growth, and feeling confident doing anything, IP is the main key for, for that, or especially the academics. And we don't need a special educator also for that. I'll be sharing my presentation very soon, but here I have 3-4 questions for you, which I'll be asking you a little later on, as and when it is required. Please do jot down whenever it is possible, because I need the proper answer for that. Because yes, it should be interactive, and I'll be stopping in between, so get the answer. It's not in the end, in middle only I'll be stopping that for that. So when it comes to the student's success, growth, feeling, confidence, and doing anything good with IEP, that responsibility as a parent, as an educator, we need our children to succeed. If we have one child in the classroom, or if we have 45 children in the classroom, it's our duty to make sure and ensure, especially those who are not capable of doing or coming up or coping up with the normal children. What happens is, what I have seen personally is, when children do transfer from, it happened to me also, but that time we didn't had IEP, we didn't had the opportunity to go with IEP. My dad used to transfer from one end to the other end, and I used to face a lot of problem adjusting in schools, from Bhopal to Delhi to Gwalior to Gujarat and to different places, to adjust with the culture, to adjust with the curriculum, the school, the environment. That hampered sometimes in my own education. But when today I see IEP, it's a wonderful opportunity for teachers, for parents to help the child coping up and not letting the child go back into depression. Because if you hold the paper, and nowadays if I hold the paper, I'm scared to open up and see that how many children are, getting depressed. They are, having counseling sessions. They have, they are committing suicides. They are doing whatnot, which is not required at this tender age, but they are not able to take that kind of stress. So this helps to barge down into the stress level and take things as sponge. So when IEP is there, these things where the educators, the parents, the counselor comes as a punching bags or as a sponge, where they take everything and filter and give to the particular child. So I hope you will be very much interested and enjoy the PPT with which I have give me 1 minute. Let me just share. If you please just let me know if you're able to see my presentation. Are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, fantastic. Let's go ahead then. So now this is in IEP. This is called Individual Educational Program. And what is the meaning of IEP? So an individual education program, or it is called as plan also, is called IEP. So there are the main, four components or four, what we can say, goal areas where that combines together to make an IEP. So first is the condition, second is the learner, behavior, and the criteria, which all together form the IEP. The main motive or the plan is to develop a program to ensure that the child with an definitely or identifiedly disability. Now here I don't mean to have ADHD, autism, or any kind of physical or mental disability. I'm talking about if I'm not able to cope up in the class, or I'm not able to gel with the crowd, that kind of things which are barging me to get socialized or get normalized in my life. I'm talking about that kind of struck disability, who is attending elementary school, as I said, secondary education institution, or universities also, which where we need or receive a specialized instruction program created for by the teachers, educators, parents also, and which are there for the related services for the particular needs of the child. Now, what is IEP? IEP is intended to help the children to reach educational goals very easily, which seriously works out like they're like miracle creators. This is what I can say. And IEP is
Ma'am,
realized according to individuals.
PPT is not movable, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
PPT is not movable.
PPT is not.
Movable.
But I have not moved it.
Okay.
Yeah, on the first PPT.
PPT is not movable.
I am not moving the PPT. It's on the first PPT. It's on the first slide.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll come to the second slide. I'll say this is the second slide. I'm still on the first slide explaining the meaning of IEP. Still here, the IEP, what I was talking was intending the children to reach the proper goals easily. So when we
PPT is not movable.
I'm not moving the PPT. I'm sorry. Are you able to see now? This is the first slide. Okay, thank you. All right. So now, as I said, it's tailorized. Tailorized means designing the entire curriculum according to the child, what fits for the child and what is good for the child. So we tailorize, we cut it short, we, keep only that kind of resources for the child which he or she can handle that. Not everything that they cannot handle it and they cannot understand it. That has to be tailorized per child, per student. That is required only with the help of teacher, educator, or the parent. Now here the teacher helps to understand the child's need, and she creates or caters the same, and also design her evaluation program and process. Because once we have done the tailorizing of the curriculum, the evaluation process also needs to be processed according to that. And lastly, IEP is main it is to maintain, and it has to be updated, like how we update our education system. Now we were following the age old 10 years old, what we can say, more than 10 years, I guess. The education program was not being changed. Now the education policy has been changed after so long of time, 30 years, not even 10 years. I'm wrong. 30 years of education policy. Now, when we say why do we educate our teachers? Why we tell them to attend more of online programs, just to brush up themselves, just to enhance their skills, to know what is happening outside the world. We are into this world. We know this is what the curriculum is. Even for the universities, you are being given you're given a certain kind of curriculum to yourself. This is what you have to go to the class, teach, come back, make them ready for the exams, and then move on. But that doesn't mean that you have got the opportunity to learn so many things by attending wonderful, series of webinars where you have learned so many things till now. I guess there are we have crossed more than 8-9 months where we are continuing with the webinars. You have learned so much. You are capable of understanding, answering so many questions. In this way, the IEP teachers or the educators, including the parents, need to enhance every now and then, create a criteria, create the curriculum for particular child. Now, this doesn't mean that it's only for the school students. Here, it is also for the university students. If a student needs guidance for the university, then what? Then the university system and the procedure, it has to take over from the school. So how they take it over, they also, universities also have a program called IEP plan. I hope you might be knowing it. The people from the universities here, you might be aware of that, because there is a program where certain students do need that. And in this case, the administrator, the dean, the HOD, they step if I, as a person, come and take admission in your school and I'm not capable, I'm new to the society, I'm coming from a different country, then the IEP helps me out. That is a lifesaver for me in that case. Now, admissions, however, the admissions are open, but in the general criteria of the education, not in mainstream. Mainstreams are also available, pertaining to your previous education that you have done and how you have mastered into that education. If you are good in science, maths, arts, whatever, or in audio, or in the public speaking. There now we have a number of programs also coming up. So what good you are good into, that particular thing will be monitored by the administrator of the university, the dean, and the HOD. These three people are the major people who will be taking an action plan for a person to take admission into that college, pertaining to that college and pertaining to that subject or mainstream he or she wants to go ahead to that. It is meant to give the students a chance to participate in regular universities. See, if I'm coming from a different country or I'm coming from a different state, I may not get a chance. And if I'm having certain issues, social issues or something like that, I will not be able to write or something. But with this IEP, I will definitely get a chance to stand into the crowd, with the crowd, helping. The IEP will be helping me to regulate my plans, to regulate my education, to cope up with the normal children, and I can be participating into the cultural programs also with the regular students. It is not that I have to take a special batch for it. No, I will be, if I have opted for IEP, I'll be into the mainstream with the normal children, with normal criteria. Everything is like normalized for me. I will not be treated as a alien into that class or alien as a subject with that I'm not, because I've taken that particular subject, I cannot participate into the cultural program or into certain academic programs into the university or pertaining to the school. Now here, the students will be provided proper assistance where they need. Actually, it is not that compulsorily the teacher will be coming and hampering the child. No, as and when needed. This program is so fantastic. It's only when you need it, then only the change will be there. Now, who are the key people to, in IP process? Every process has key persons. As I already, have given you the brief about the previous program, that what was the administrator is there. Give me 1 second, please. This has popped out. Just give me 1 second. Sorry for the inconvenience. Now, I was talking about the key person in the process. Who are the people main required for the process? So number one is the student, of course, yes. That is the main person we need for IP because they need our help. Second is a teacher. A teacher should not be a shadow teacher or can be a main teacher, can be an associate teacher, and can be an interns also who can just come and help only for the IEP. Certain teachers are also in certain universities. I've just heard in Maharashtra and in Delhi, the certain universities are opting for, they are making their own teams for IEP. Even the regular teachers are also there, but they have their own team, a set of team for students who need IEP for this, in pertaining to school, pertaining to colleges also. even that, what was it? Lovely University, I guess they have opted for IP, a special branch for a special team for IP. Now coming back to the presentation, now teachers, the administrator of school or the college, as I already said that, now special resource person is required because they need to do the tailoring of the curriculum as per the need of the child. So the regular resource person, which is there for the normal curriculum, this resource person will be designing the curriculum per child. It can be said per every, if I am having different thing, my curriculum will be different, but it will go hand in hand with the normal curriculum. Same if the Mr. B is also there, so he will be having a different curriculum. The tailoring will be done according to his needs, not as my needs. So it is not the same. It will be different per every per child because the assessment will be different per child. So now coming again to this, if you are from college, university, or school, you need to have a psychologist. That's, as such, we do have psychologists in school, but in universities also we don't find that. But when it comes to this, we tell them to go and get your assessment done. But in this case of IEP and the new processes which coming now, they need to have a psychologist in their own university where the assessment of a child will be done then and there itself. They don't have to go, the parent or the child doesn't have to go outside to get themselves assessed and where do they stand and what they need. Doctors will be required for that because sometimes they do have depression. It's not for everybody. It's for certain children who are facing certain kind of mental illness. They are going into depression. They are having some aggressive behavior. They have ADHD. They have what you call schizophrenia. They have a kind of, a place where they just go quiet. They don't want to speak. They go mum. It's kind of depression, but we don't, nowadays it's not called as depression. It's called our own zone area. We don't want to talk to you. We are very much happy with my people. I'm happy with my stuff, with my games, online games. I'm happy with that. So that zone is different. I'm not getting that word as in when I'll definitely come back with that. Now, advocates are also needed sometime because certain universities, cities, towns especially, they don't opt for IEP. And if we have been posted there, if the parent has been posted there, then we require the legal authorities to step into our system and make a process where they will be guiding us how to enroll for IEP and what documents are required for IEP to present to the government, present to the particular that area, head or MLA, to provide that we are going to follow this system for this particular group of children. This is, especially for the college student, not for the school student. Schools, we do have that, but for the college, we need to have an advocate as and when it is required. Maximally, IP for advocates when we need that, where the parents are not staying together. One parent is in the other country, or they are divorced, or the child is, going through mental trauma. The child is traumatized because the parent has brought the child with him or her to a different place, and entire thing is new. That time, the advocate will be stepping it in to provide the proper documents of the child authority, the legalization of the child, whether the child is above 18 years or below 18 years, or how he is going to step into the university, what kind of nationality the child is having, and so on. So that time only we need advocates, otherwise that it's not required. Now, what is the process of IEP? Now, there are basically five steps to make a process of IEP. It's very simple. See, number one is to gather information, to set up directions, development of IEP, to implement, and the last is to review the IEP. This all we do follow the same when we design our own curriculum. I hope if any person is there who is designing the curriculum, who's from academics especially, will be knowing that if you are making your own assessment program, these are the main 5 key areas where you need this. Now, who makes an IEP? What is the team which requires? So a child who is having SLP, OT, PT, BCAB, etc., or any services, or if none of above also. a child, if when we make a team, we are having, at least one general educator, one parent, one, a counselor, whatever I have mentioned in the previous slide, I have just tried to showcase here in a bigger form, where who can assess, who cannot assess, how an advocate can help, your child to guide the entire process, because it's very depressing when the child comes. Uh, Maybe later on I'll be sharing one video where we have seen children who are so depressed because they have left their own set of place and shifted to different place, and they are not able to adjust into a new environment. Even as adult also, we don't prefer to change our environment, because we are very much happy go lucky in whatever we have set our own four walls into. But when changes do come, we don't accept it as a human being also. So sometimes, yes, it's hard for the child, more hard, more difficult for the child to do that. Now, little bit of elaboration, and very quickly, I'll start the elaboration. Number one step is to like how to gather the information, how to collect all the information for IEP. Now, yes, we are starting with IEP now. How to do that? First is the personal data information. Where are you coming from? Where did you get, where the child was being born, where he has done the previous education, and all, if he has having any medical or mental health education related information in the. Now, is he or she is adjusted, to the new country, new city related information related to that. Now, achievements, if the child is having many, nowadays, many children are having lots of achievements. So that we need to collect. Most important, language spoken by the child. Is he, multilingual or bilingual? What kind of language they prefer? What, because we don't adjust to that kind of situation. That is the main barrier for the child, even for us also. Now, information to the last school also, what previous school studies they have done. I have already shared that, but what information, how he was in the school, how he had the peer group. Now, if he is coming from a middle school to university, or high school from the to the university, because it's a transaction time, that time the child will not be able to adjust. So there, we need to have the entire data with us, how he was, going to the school, how many friends he had, how, what kind of circle he used to prefer there. Now, coming to the directions, that is number two, the step number two. In this step, we need to determine, the various works and responsibility of different team members of IEP. Now, team members, as I said, I have discussed already in the previous slide. Teachers, educators, special educators, also sometime, doctors, psychologists, advocates. Those people are the member of team. Now, team members also need to follow certain things. These things are not being mentioned everywhere, so I tried to showcase those things to you. The number one is to share all the information with each other. It should not be one horse is going this side, I'm going that side, the parent is going this side, the teacher is going in one their own way. The child cannot be treated in that way. If you are a team of IEP, you should be coordinating with each other very thoroughly. If that one message is gone to the counselor, that message has to be, should be to the advocate. That is the last person to get the message. So if the message is being passed on by the parent, so it has to be to the educator, the special educator, the psychologist, the counselor, the administrator, doctor, whoever. Because the team has been decided, the best part is by the parent. The parent will decide which all members will be there into the IEP team. So now the sharing and the information related to the child's behavior and learning through to everybody. Now, to develop mutual cooperation, as I said, to all the team members, we should be regardless, because we are focusing on the child, so we should be regardless of anything and focus on the development of the child and their particular learning process. Now, to discuss regarding necessary supporting services which is required for the child, this is specially for the medical team, where you have to maintain the medical records of the child, what all medicines he is taking, what kind of therapies he is taking, whether he's going for some sensory, whether he's going for some OT or anything like that. In the coming slide, I will be explaining more on this topic. Now, the second last is development and implementation of IEP. Now, what is the development? make short-term objectives. Instead of making a bigger, you need to go there, give them short tasks so that they can complete it fast and they can gain their confidence. And when the confidence is there, yes, I am able to do that. That support that they get it from the parent and the teacher, they definitely cope up very good into, they don't need this IEP, because this is just a bridging gap between the education system, and you are coming from somewhere. This is a billing, it is a bridging gap for that, for the students especially. So the duration of that particular thing should be very short span, and the support system should be given by the educator. Now the evaluation process should be very, very minute, whether he's able to do, not able to do, and it has to, these evaluation sheets are already there by the government. They have given it online. Anybody can go and see. If you need any kind of evaluation sheets, please do let me know. I'll definitely pass it on to sir, and he can pass it on to you later on. Now, details of the parents' participation. If I am as a parent, I have enrolled for IEP, it doesn't mean mera kaam ho gaya. I have enrolled for that. Now the teachers will do, the educators will do, the doctors will do. No, I am the major part. I am the important part of this IEP. So I have my participation as a mother or as a father. We need to have 100% participation from the parents. Now, again, sharing, whether the child has completed the task or not, and what is the coordination between IEP with the student, parents, staff, and the other professional. His progress should go to all the team members. Now, continuously assessing the child, student's progress with small giving, because you are giving, as we go to number 1, if you are given them a small task and they are able to do that kind of progress should also be, given to all the students or all the team members, I should say. And if the child is learning in speed, so what do you have to do? In that case, you have to change your annual aim and the objective of IEP. Please mark that. And same is with vice versa if the child is not able to do that. Now, the last is reviewing and updating the IEP. How to review? So if you have made a plan for a student that the transition from elementary school to university, whether he's able to do that, you have to review. If not, then update yourself, update the plan, the main annual plan. Now, once you have updated the plan, please send it to the respective teachers, to the resource person. Proper instructions should be given, following the instructions and the policies which has been, every country has different policy. Our education policy is different from Germany, from Japan. Now, here I want to put, one small thing where in Japan, the students are, the children are very independent from very young, tender age. They are, I guess, 3 years, they are going independently into the metro to the school. They don't have school buses. Very less school buses are there, but they are more of often, they are well composed and well with confidence. They know how to go, how to manage, not to talk to strangers, where to stop, how to get out, what is the pass. They do know everything. In this situation, I'll say the only country where you don't need this kind of thing is, I guess, not France, but made in, maybe Japan is one of the finest country. Initially, it was Finland, where the education was the best, where the curriculum was being designed according to the child. They don't have any policies. They don't have any education system where every school have their own particular set of system where it is pertaining to per child. This is very fantastic to see, where Finland children, and even in Japan, see, they don't have janitors in school in Japan. They don't have people to serve food. In Japan, they do. The children are responsible for cleaning, the school and making it, their own place, because you are studying there. It's your responsibility, set of responsibility to keep things properly. Where it comes to India, we are like bosses. What to say? It's very sad and funny to say, where we go for work and hamara thodi na, it's not ours. Let us, utilize, throw here, throw there, make write on this, write on that. We don't maintain that kind of things. In Japan and Finland, if you see, that kind of process, the books also are being kept for the next batch which is coming. Does it happen in India? No. That is why we need so many systems to upgrade it. And I seriously request all the parents and educators to look into this and make our system better, so that as India, we can come up, in the not longer run, but in a very short span of time. It can only happen when the educators can change the thought process. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Coming back to this now, to motivate the child and parent entering the IEP, because they will be hesitant to follow the new system. Now, studying IEP and the progress properly. Now, constantly reviewing, as I said, the educational plan of the child. Now, IEP, you can just see this is just a revision of what we have done: monitoring, providing community, depending in teachers' needs, services, all this, which we have already taken. Involves assistant. That is the major part for this. And lastly, I want to thank everybody to be so patient and listen to me quietly. You are very good students. This is what I can say. You are very patient in looking into my presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Betkar sir, for giving me the wonderful opportunity. But before I go, as I said, I want the answers for certain questions. Number one, according to you, what is helpful in IEP program? So you can please mention into that. And what do you think is a teenage tantrums or teenage, thing where IEP can be utilized? Because I've already shared that. Do you think PTSD or Cowden syndrome requires IEP? Do you think, according to you, do you think that these are very complicated words for simple thing, depression? It's a medical term used for that. But do you think these kind of things are required to change the thought process of the new coming up generation? Do you think by using these kind of tools, we can lower the depression rate, which is going on at present with our teenagers, young girls, because we can help them coping up with certain criteria, anger management, depression, these kind of throwing, tantrums through it. And what last question is, what if the child needs assistant in college or university? What kind of assistant do you think you are providing in your university, or if you are from school, what kind of things you have been using for that? So here, again, thank you so much for being so patient and being very good students, listening quietly. This is the best class where children are quiet and listening to what the teacher is saying. Thank you so much, sir, for providing me with the wonderful opportunity. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Session related to for the education parent, those who are related to education field. So how it will be implemented? How it can be implemented? Who are the main ingredient of that? How data is collected? How we need the different helps from psychologist or all these things. So it is the new concept for us, and how it is implemented in the college and schools also. So in colleges there is also parenting situation means there is parenting committees are there, teachers are divided to take care of student, but it is on record, and those who are needy student, they can approach toward the teachers and principals also. So with continuing this, we are very much thankful to you as per your topic. You always supports us to join here as a speaker. Thank you for that. Now this dais is open for the discussion.
Good evening, Meenakshi ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
And good evening, all of you. Thank you, Honorable Principal Dr. M M Betkar sir, Prashant Ogade sir, Dr. Prakash Karad sir, and all organizing committee members in Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, district Latur. Thank you so much, ma'am. Today's topic is very nice, very good. This lecture is very beneficial for all participants and fruitful to all participants. You have made very wonderful and excellent presentation, ma'am. I have one question, ma'am. What is the importance of IEP special education for a special education?
For special education?
Hmm.
Yeah, see, this IEP was for special education, sir. Yeah, what happened is initially when the education system was, we were not open for special children in our school. We used to have IEP at that time. Only one special class was being utilized. Now it is a system where everybody is all together. They are supposed to, even if it's special child, they have to sit into the same class. They are supposed to sit in the same class. They cannot be separated. That is the main motive of IEP, to having a program where everybody is together. You and me are same. If I am having a special need, I cannot study. I'm having dyslexia, I'm not able to study that. IEP plays a very important role. If you are talking to, for school, pertaining to school, the teacher will be doing the counseling session for that particular child. If I am there, if I am having dyslexia, the counselor, the principal will be playing the important role where they will be assessing me. The assessment will be done. And then only they will be, I'll be assigned particular class for that. Give me 1 second, please.
My another question is, ma'am.
Sir, please keep your mic mute after asking the question. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
My another question is, what is IEP learning disability?
IEP regarding? Disabilities. Wonderful question. I was waiting for this kind of question because the disability, where you're talking about physical disability?
Learning disability.
Learning disability. IEP is for learning disability, sir. As I said previously, the program was designed for the learning disability of children, where they were autistic, they had PTSD, they had autism, they had dyslexia. This program was designed where, coming to the curriculum, if I am the educator and I'm having learning disability, as a teacher, if I'm an educator and the child is having a learning disability, I will be designing, my curriculum, the current curriculum, tailorizing the curriculum according to the child. If he is having dyslexia, I'll not be using more complex curriculum into the program. I'll be reducing the curriculum in an easy way, giving him small objectives, whether he is able to do that. Instead of big assessment, writing down the question answer sheet, I'll be making only the tick marks, it's only objective question marks, they have to go only with the objectives, not with the lengthy answers. Where the normal children will be writing the lengthy answers, here my answers will be only in objectives. I have to calculate into a rough paper or something like that, but it will be objective, totally objective. In that way, I will be able to write the paper on time. My disability has been helped me in that way.
I think that your explanation is very wonderful and excellent. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Principal Dr. M M Betkar, sir, Prashant Ogade, sir, and Dr. Prakash Karad, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Kendra, sir. Now, Dr. Swanand Shukla, sir, please.
Hello. Good evening, Dr. Betkar, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation you have made today.
Thank you so much.
And really very much, the people should get sensitized about this kind of education because many of the times I'm from medical field. So many of the parents are asking about this and where to keep child and how to keep child. The other schools are not allowing them. and segregate them, separate them. She is dumb. And in fact, what is happening is, yes, definitely the schools are rejecting them. That is what I had seen. That is one thing I see. And second thing is, when I consider if there is a special school, and if there are special kids like this, 10, 15 kids, and we are educating them, many of the times, they try to imitate each other, and they are not progressing. So that is also there, what I had seen, that many parents complain that if I will put in that school, the child will become like them. And I want to, and to some extent they are right also, because with the other students they pick up, they cope up. But I think that is not a comprehensive education, what I feel. And what you said is the individual education is very important. And mind you, it is like a caretaker also, mother also, and educator also. So multiple role they have to play, what I can understand from your today's lecture. And it is not just sitting and giving a lecture, and someone is listening, but to make them listen, that is very important. To make them listen, to make them understand, that is more important. In our regular classes, we go over there, we talk about the things and we forget. But here, maybe the repetitive education, I think sessions we have to go with. So a special training is required for them. I'm working with some ADHD and autistic children, and and over there we are using a CAR scale, and we are finding out the social capability and organizing capability and learning capabilities also. So we try to ask them questions initially, and then we treat them, and then we again go for similar kind of examination with using scale. So a really wonderful job. I know what kind of job it is. It is not an easy job, right? I was there with some school for some of my research work, and it is not easy to find out, what kind of personality they are, what they are thinking. Up to their level, we cannot go. So I think definitely the teachers who are doing this kind of job, salute to them, because definitely they may require a special training, not a regular training what people are getting. So thank you very much for your wonderful explanation. Just comment on this, 3 scenarios I'm putting, like asking them to sit in the same classes as a regular, or maybe a special kids class, or IP. So I think IP is better. What you think?
Yeah. The thing here, sir, is like we need, as a parent, as an educator, if I'm saying, as a principal also, we need to open our more wings like that. We need to welcome children like this, where we are the people who are discriminating the children. We should not do that. So as an head, as a principal, or as a owner, or whoever we are there sitting on the highest position, it's our duty. See, we need to bring change. If we don't change, we cannot expect or have that kind of things from others if we are not doing that. So first is implementing on our own self and welcoming everybody, because they all are normal, they all are human beings having the same heart, all bones, everything. Only the way of learning is different. That is what it is. That, see, in the last previous, I guess, the time when I spoke about empathy. Forget about sympathy. If you know how to empathize, you have won the world. Half of the world is yours. This is regarding to that.
Yeah, definitely. That is our right explanation, what you had given. Wonderful explanation you had given. And I think we should learn to, reach up to their emotional sensitivity. So that emotional sensitivity is very important, because emotion is something inner feeling, and they could not express it. They cannot show their behavior. The external and internal feeling is little different. So one has to understand that is what I learned, with staying with them. So it is very important that we should reach to their level and to understand them. So definitely there should be no discrimination, and they are a part. I've seen they are doing a wonderful job and everything I've seen. So no doubt there should be no discrimination, and it should be a part of our own life. So that is how we have to consider them, because the parents sometimes feel somehow their feelings are different. So we have to change their feelings also.
Exactly.
So this boy is like this only, this boy is like this only. So we have to change that attitude, and very important, that is a very important learning. And I think trainer should reach up to the parents also.
Yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your wonderful explanation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Swanand Shukla, sir. He always said that I am from medical field, but he is professor from medical field. So we treat you as a doctor and teacher also, best teacher. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anyone from participants can discuss? The nearly 60 were the participants. They have participated and enjoyed this
Thank
topic.
you. Wonderful.
Yeah. Pundlik sir, do you want to ask? You have raised your hand. Pundlik sir. Now I invite Principal Dr. Tandale sir to have a concluding talk. He is principal of B.Ed College, Jaikranti College, B.Ed College, Latur. I invite you, sir.
Good evening to everyone. First of all, I want to thank you, Meenakshi ma'am, for educating us on the new term of IEP. As we know, previously we read the IEP for the special educator, for the special education for the special child only, which we call the gifted childs nowadays. Individual learning reach their goal easily. It is the motive of that individual learning, individual education, as ma'am say. As I remember, we saw the movie previously that named the Tare Zamin Par movie. Every child has a different needs, and every child is a different, and he is a special for us. The thought coming from that movie, I am very inspired from that as a teacher and as a principal. We are working for the children and his own development as individualized development, as ma'am say. We know the needs of students or individual, and after that we arrange a plan, our curriculum accordingly, our interactions with that particular student, with that individual students, and also we have to plan our teaching methodologies regarding regarding the students' need. As ma'am says, the variety of students are learned in a one set and are learned in the same method, in the same teacher, in the same style, but sometimes they did not got their goal, did not clear their concept. That is also the main problem of that common teaching, as we say, as ma'am says. I heard that we ordered our national policies as an order to everyone. You have to follow these, and these all things are common for the each and every student, and that is the very main challenge to us, because as ma'am said, the evaluation process in our education or in our Indian education, the evaluation process is same to everyone. Same to everyone. We treating everyone same for the evaluation, but we keep in mind that everyone is different. We have to cope with that different needs with the different methodology, different evaluation strategies, and as ma'am says, I just remember the one incident when I am in learning in a B.Ed. We visited in Madras, and in the Madras there is one, we visited the special school. In that school, the students learning with the teacher and his parent, and teacher and parent are going to help him about what the teacher tells, what he learns, and he learns with his child, and after the school he have to teach his child what the teacher is going to teach him in the whole day. And then I remember when I heard that topic from the Betkar sir, I remember that things that I have the witness of that kind of special teaching, and that is very helpful to each and every children to grow easily, to achieve his goals easily, and that is the benefit of that individualized education program. I hope we have that kind of structure, we have that kind of mentality. As a teaching faculty, I'm saying teachers also have that kind of mentality to specialize the teaching, specialize the environment for that student, and then only we achieve the in Marathi we say that the all-round development, or in Marathi we say that the sarvangin vikas. That is possible with the individual education only, as I think. Once again, I thank you to the ma'am and everyone who joined this program. I mean, for the sorry, I'm not on my camera because I'm in a hospital to visit the doctor for my daughter. And that's why I'm not on the camera, because I'm in the hospital. But the lecture is very excellent. I heard thoroughly the lecture, and know the new concept of IEP, which is specialized the specialized the teaching and learning for the every child, and that is very thoughtful lecture to us. And thanking the Betkar sir also for providing us this kind of opportunity, and madam also give the excellent lecture regarding the IEP. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. This time I was like about to ask, sir, that your staff will be asking me why weird topics you every time come up with a weird topic which is not related to the special, everyday thing. I come up with these things, so they might be, annoyed with that. But I'm really glad that everybody liked it. We need to change, and change comes within. If we will not stand for ourselves, for our children, nobody will. So this is the high time, I guess we all need to stand up for our children, our this coming generation who are going to be there with values. Because see, nowadays maximum children, they don't have value. My father is having a BMW, my father is having that, but what about you? You don't have that, your father has earned that. What about you? Where is your value? There, this IEP also plays an important part. It's not only for the special education, it's for individual children where the behavioral aspect needs to be changed. The thought process needs to be changed. I hope I have brought some light to all the wonderful educators who are present today here. Thank you so much, Betkar sir, again for the wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The part of vote of thanks is remaining there. I know that you are in rush, but just we have to wait for that. And thank
I'm
you.
not in rush. I'm not in rush. I'm absolutely fine.
Thank you, Principal Dr. Tandale sir. He is always member of our webinar group, and when he read the topic, he said that sir, it's related to our education, and we should do it jointly. So we decided with the MOU to have this type of webinar, international conference jointly, and he approached so many teachers and students to whom he is related, and he is very active principal, want to do something in the education, experimentals, and also organizing such events in his college, and various events organizing in his college. So we are jointly organize this with education college, B.Ed college.
Absolutely fantastic job that you are doing, and I'm glad to be a part of it, a small part of it. But really, whenever I see so many webinars that you have done, we don't even think of it, and you bring that kind of topics to learn and to enhance our knowledge as an educator. So as an educator, even I get an opportunity to learn so much from your webinar.
The credit goes to the resource person who are accepting our invitation, and that's why we are running from last 4 years. And those resource person, those who are joined here, they are always the family member. Like when we request, they joins here as like today. Thank you, ma'am. The last part is I am thankful to all and request Vaishali Iske madam, Dr. Vaishali madam, to express vote of thanks. She is IQC coordinator from Jaikranti College of Education. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Very nice presentation, ma'am. Till yet, I am having the concept that it is inclusive education only, but you taught me that individual education program is a new stream. One thing that I just want to explain about it, that 6 Ps should we have to be follow. That means positivity about the education, preparation, practice, perfection, and most important, patience and punctuality. Then only be the IEP
Fantastic.
education will be successful. And you have wonderful presentation, ma'am. Thank you for teaching the new concept. And you are very smiling image. You are I am in love with you. That one thing again, I just want to.
I am honored for this thing, seriously.
No, ma'am, you have explained very well. Educating the mind without
Thank you.
educating the heart is no education at all. So we have to think about the hard section only, and you taught all the points. You cleared the history of IEP also. You have explained all the points. You cleared all the data that will be useful for our teacher educators also. And we thank to Dr. Betkar sir for providing us opportunity, Dr. Tandale sir for arranging this conference. And I just want to congratulate Dr. Swanand Shukla sir also, that always he asks the questions and he means he explains all the
He's very
information very
proactive.
thoroughly. Means he is from the medical faculty. But I'm thinking always that he is from education stream only. So special thanks.
Even I had, ma'am, that doubt earlier, but then later, this is the second time when I'm aware that he is a doctor by profession, not an educator. But every time he asks the question, it's like I never know that he is a part of it. He is like a doctor. Fantastic.
Yeah, that.
Very good to have a particular team, and I always look forward to have that team, to see first everybody is there or not, because I'm coming for the fourth or fifth time. So I'm, aware of certain people. So I want to see the faces where I'm like, yes, they are there to support me. So thank you so much, ma'am, for
Very nice presentation, ma'am. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice.
You too, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. With next invitation as per your convenience, you can join here. Always welcome from us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm always ready. Whenever you say, I'll be ready with the topic. This time, yes, with your team, you give me a topic to speak on. I'll be more glad to have a topic and speaking on that particular topic. So this time, I'll definitely wait. If you have certain topics to be covered up, I'll be ready. Or otherwise, I'll come up with my topic also. You choose anything.
Yes, we will discuss with Betkar sir, and on again another education topic only we will deal, ma'am.
Definitely, always ready for you and always there for Betkar sir and you guys. Always there. Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much, ma'am.
मीनाक्षी मैम हमारी अगर आवाज जा रही है, मैं एक अनुरोध करूंगा आपसे कि आपने जो पीपीटी से शेयर किया था, वो पीपीटी अगर आप बेतकर सर को भेज देंगे तो मुझे वो पीपीटी मिल जाएगा। हालांकि उनकी ये तो रिकॉर्डिंग है, तो मैंने देख रहा था वहाँ पे, मगर मैं चाहता हूँ कि ये पीपीटी हर लोगों के पास जाए जो एजुकेशन से रिलेटेड हो। और बेतकर सर, मैं आपके साथ तो नेटवर्क की समस्या के कारण मैं इधर 15 दिन से लगातार मैं नेटवर्क की समस्या के कारण मैं आपसे जुड़ नहीं पा रहा हूँ, मगर मीनाक्षी मैम के साथ आपने लगता है 2 से 3 बार 4 बार जोड़ा है आपने अपने कार्यक्रम में, तो इस चेहरे को मैं भूल नहीं सकता हूँ, क्योंकि गुरु तो गुरु ही रहेंगे और चेला तो चेला ही रहेगा। भले ही अब आभासी दुनिया है और दूरी भले ही हो, मगर दिल से दूरी आप लोगों से नहीं है हमारी, तो मैं समझता हूँ। तो ये मैं बिहार से मैम और बेतकर सर के बारे में क्या कहूँ, प्रिंसिपल तो बहुत सारे हैं, मगर काम का जो शैली इनका है, जो दूर में बैठे लोगों,
उनमें फर्क यही है जो आपने कहा ना, गुरु तो एक टीचर और गुरु में बहुत डिफरेंस होता है। ये एक परफेक्ट एग्जाम्पल है बेटकर सर एक गुरु होने का, जिसमें घमंड नहीं है, जिसमें हमेशा एक सक्षमता बोलते हैं ना, वो रहती है कि कोई भी प्रॉब्लम लेके जाए तो उनके पास वो हमेशा स्माइल से ही बात करेंगे। और मैम वैशाली मैम, आई हैव लर्न दैट स्माइल फ्रॉम बेटकर सर. From the day I have met him, the first webinar that I did, I was blown away with his attitude. I have taken many things. He is my mentor. He is my teacher. Where I am learning, still I am learning. And I am very glad that he is there as my teacher. I can proudly say मेरे teacher भी मेरे गुरु भी हैं, जिनके वहाँ पे मुझे मौका मिलता है। तो सर आपके लिए सोनू सर, बेटकर सर ना, हम टीचर्स में प्रिंसिपल में मत गिनिएगा उनको, जो हम गुरु बोलते हैं ना, ये उस श्रेणी में आते हैं जहाँ पे लिटरली इनको साक्षात दंडवत प्रणाम भी करें तो भी कम पड़ेगा। अगर ये साक्षात भगवान का अगर कोई बोल सकते हैं तो सारे गुण हैं। सारे
मीनाक्षी
गुरु।
मैम एक बात मैं
I
जरूर
met him. और गुरु ना सबको
एक
नहीं मिलते सर, आपकी किस्मत अच्छी होनी चाहिए तो आपको गुरु मिलते हैं।
Perfectly said.
तो हमारी
नहीं
किस्मत हम सब
मीनाक्षी मैम,
अच्छी है कि हमें बेटकर सर मिले हैं, सो वी ऑल आर ब्लेस्ड इन दैट वे।
नहीं मीनाक्षी मैम एक बात मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि ये बहुत बड़ी बात है कि बेदकर सर ने जितने भी रिसोर्स पर्संस अभी तक लाए उसमें आप भी हैं। मैं जब से लगातार जुड़ रहा हूँ बेदकर रिसोर्स पर्सन आए हैं, मुझे कभी ये फील नहीं हुआ कि वो जैसे आते हैं बात रखे वो अपना बात रख कर निकल गए, उसके बाद फिर कोई मतलब एक ऐसा होता है फीलिंग्स होता है पकड़ में आ जाता है। बट बेदकर सर ने जिन्हें भी रिसोर्स पर्सन के तौर पर जिन्हें भी लाए हैं, मैंने देखा है कि ये माहौल, जैसे अभी वैशाली मैम ने धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के तौर पर स्वामीनाथन शुक्ला सर का नाम लिया, मैं यहाँ उनके लिए भी मैं क्या कहूँ, मेरे लिए शब्द कम होता है। मैं पत्रकारिता का विद्यार्थी हूँ, मैं सवाल नहीं करता हूँ, मगर जब उनका मैं सवाल सुनता हूँ तो उनके सवालों से भी मैं बहुत कुछ जान जाता हूँ, बहुत कुछ सीख पाता हूँ। तो ये मुझे लगता है कि मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है। और मैं इस एज में मतलब मैं समझता हूँ कि मैं मीडिया का अगर पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ तो मैं पॉजिटिव मीडिया को अगर मैं समझ पाया तो बेदकर सर के कारण। अगर ये बेदकर सर ये प्लेटफॉर्म चालू नहीं करते तो मैं प्रॉपर में बताता हूँ
सही है।
ये
और सर के साथ सर ने बताया ना कि वो परिवार
हाँ
जो बनाने एक जो होता है ना वो सब नहीं कर
जी,
सकते वो।
जी,
हालांकि हम बेदकर सर और मैं भी बहुत सारे 200 ऊपर प्लेटफॉर्म्स में हैं, बट इनका जो प्लेटफॉर्म है ना वहाँ पे फैमिली का आता है। और एज अ मेंटर अगर वो एक बार बोलते हैं ना कि आप क्या इसमें से कर सकते हैं, आप अगर देखिए ग्रुप में अगर वो एक बार डालेंगे कि ये दिन को बोलना है, कितने लोग आ जाते हैं उसमें। मैं भी एक होती सर है क्या आपका पूरा हो गया कि मुझे चांस मिलेगा उसमें। इतने लोग सर के लिए तैयार रहते हैं, तो वो बहुत बड़ी चीज है। वो एकाग्रता करना ना वो चीज मुझे सीखनी है सर से कि कैसे सबको एकजुट करके रख के साथ में चले। वो
सबसे बड़ी बात है मैम,
सॉरी मैम,
इतना सब करने के बाद भी उनमें थोड़ा भी ये नहीं है, वो डाउन टू अर्थ एकदम पर्सन है कि कभी भी आप उनसे बात करो ना तो वो विनम्रता से ही।
I call him Guru. The reason is that, ma'am, because his roots are deep.
Yes.
He's grown like that as a huge tree where, as a banyan tree, but the roots are deep down into the earth where I am blown away. I'm telling you, I'm blown away with his entire thing. That is why I don't consider him as a teacher or as a principal. For me, he is my guru. So I consider him for मेरे लिए काफी वो उनके लिए तो बहुत सारे होंगे पर मैं उनको अपना गुरु मानती हूँ, मेरे लिए बहुत है।
सबसे बड़ी बात है मैम, जानते हैं आप, सर ने आज का नया टूल्स आ रहा है जैसे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पर सर ने इतने सारे कार्यक्रम करवा दिए। मैं मीनाक्षी मैम मैं एक उदाहरण हूँ कि मेरे बगल में ही पटना में हमारे यहाँ अमेठी यूनिवर्सिटी है, जो कि समझिए कि बहुत बड़ा कॉलेज है। अमेठी अपने आप में एक नाम ही है। और अमेठी का एक मेरे पास छात्र फोन करता है कि सोनू जी एआई को आप समझते हैं क्या? तो मैंने पूछा कि बात क्या है, आप बात बताओ कि एआई से क्या चाहिए आपको। तो उसने कहा कि एआई को मैं समझना चाहता हूँ। मैंने कहा कि अपने प्रोफेसर से आप संपर्क करो अपने कॉलेज में, वो बता पाते हैं तो ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर मैं देखता हूँ कहीं से मैं लिंक देता हूँ। तो मैं कल जब एआई से संबंधित मैंने जब यूट्यूब चैनल जो मैंने सब्सक्राइब कर रखा है सर, मैंने जब सर्च मारा तो मैंने देखा कि सबसे ज्यादा कार्यक्रम एआई से संबंधित बेदकर सर के प्लेटफॉर्म पर था। एआई एजुकेशन, एआई एथिक्स, जितना भी था मैंने उठाकर सारे लिंक को उससे मैंने दे दिया। जब रात 3 दिन बीत गया तो वो बंदा बोला कि भाई सोनू जी आपने मेरा बहुत बड़ा हेल्प कर दिया, मुझे किताब की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी। एआई से संबंधित समझने के लिए ये टूल्स जो था बहुत सारे, उन्होंने ये बोला कि शाम मैं तो जुड़ नहीं पाऊंगा, मेरा क्लास रहता है, मगर आप मुझे प्रत्येक दिन अगर एआई से संबंधित कार्यक्रम होगा तो मुझे भेज देना। तो मैंने उन्हें कहा कि भाई आप अपने साथ अन्य स्टूडेंट को भी साझा करो, खासकर मास कम्युनिकेशन के जो छात्र हैं उनके पास, क्योंकि उन्हें ये जानना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। नए टूल्स आ रहे हैं, नए टूल्स के साथ जुड़कर काम करना है। अब नए अवसर भी आ रहे हैं स्टूडेंट के पास, बशर्ते उस अवसर को खुद में पहचानने की जरूरत है। और विषय कोई भी हो, मैं समझता हूँ कि मीनाक्षी मैम उसमें अवसर ढूंढना हमारा काम है। गुरु तो लाठी दे देंगे ना, उसके चलाना तो कैसे है वो तो हमें सोचना होगा, कैसे क्या उससे निकालना होगा, ये हमें बारीकी को समझनी होगी। तो हमें समझता हूँ कि मीनाक्षी मैम आप लोग के बीच बैठकर, मैं उतना बड़ा विद्वान तो नहीं मगर एक कोशिश हमारी रहती है। बेदकर सर को मैं अक्सर बोलता हूँ कि सर मैं एक अच्छा श्रोता पहले बनना चाहता हूँ, फिर बाद में मैं समझूंगा कि वक्ता बनने की जब बातें आएगी तो मैं देखा जाएगा। फिलहाल मैं अच्छा श्रोता बनूं, आप लोगों का सुनकर आपने जो शोध पत्र तैयार करके यहाँ सर आप मैम आपने प्रेजेंटेशन जो लोगों के बीच में रखा है उसके प्रति लोग जागरूक हों और लोगों को जागरूक करूं अपने पत्रकारिता के माध्यम से, और फील्ड में जाकर उसके प्रति लोगों को आकर्षित करके काम करूं, तभी कुछ हो पाएगा। तो मेरा ये आप लोग का आशीर्वाद मेरे साथ रहा तो बिल्कुल, और ज्यादा समय भी नहीं लूंगा क्योंकि अब तो धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के बाद कुछ बोलने को नहीं रह जाता है। मगर बेदकर सर, हमेशा मैं आपके इस कार्यक्रम में प्रोटोकॉल तोड़ देता हूँ कभी कभी कि जब धन्यवाद ज्ञापन होता है तो मैं बात को रखता हूँ। मुझे इसलिए भी अच्छा लगता है क्योंकि यहाँ मुझे कभी नहीं लगता है कि कोई बड़ा है छोटा है, एक साथी जैसा लगा है हमेशा, और एक परिवार की तरह मुझे लगता है मैं एक गार्जियन के बीच बैठा हूँ। अगर मैं कभी भी परेशानी में रहूं तो यहाँ मैं बात रखूंगा तो मुझे ये पता है कि मार्गदर्शन मुझे मिल पाएगा। तो ये बहुत बड़ी मेरे लिए बड़ी बात है सर। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत आभार सर।
धन्यवाद सोनू जी। आज जो मैडम ने हमारे बारे में आप सभी को कहा वो कितना सच है वो देखेंगे, मगर मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि इतने सालों के बाद भी जब चालू होती है ये सीरीज़ तो सभी जुड़े वाले हैं आज भी। तो ये कॉन्सेप्ट रहेगी, आपके सपोर्ट ब्लेसिंग्स रहेंगे। हम सब आगे चलेंगे एजुकेशन फील्ड में। थैंक यू मैम फॉर योर काइंड।
थैंक यू बेटकर सर, थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू।
Thank you everyone.
थैंक यू बेटकर सर।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
तुमचे शब्द बोलण्यासाठी बरं का सर.
काय म्हणलो सर?
सर तुमचे शब्द म्हणजे कमीच आहे, तुम्हाला कोणता शब्द वापरावे हे समजत नाही सर, इतके चांगले सर तुमचे विचार.